I always thought I was in relationship material, wife material, or girlfriend material. I just thought that like nobody wanted to fucking be with me, and I was fine with that.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is our channel.
What's up, What's up, guys? It's your girl Bianca B, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. So we are back. We introduced you guys to Evan. Now in this video, we are going to be talking about how to heal after a breakup and how we heal to get to where we are today. This is Evan. Make sure you guys follow him on Instagram. I am Evan Durrell on Instagram. You got anything to say, baby?
Blow my likes up. No, not really, man. Just add me on Instagram, man.
What did you guys think of our first video? What did you think of our first video?
Yeah, it seemed like it was so long ago since we recorded it.
Okay, so if you are just now clicking this video, please go watch our first video because that will bring you here. We're telling a story here, people.
We're painting a picture for y'all.
So, you know how we talked about we met in high school and he was sliding through my DMs. We're going to kind of like backtrack that up until now and like how we were in previous relationships before we got to here today.
Well, sure.
So, this guy, once again, 2017, I talked about relationship goals. This is when I really knew like, oh my God, I want to manifest my husband, okay?
Word.
Right? So I was really like in my word. And then in 2018, I got into a relationship. That was like one of my longest relationships. And I learned so much within that relationship. It taught me so much about myself as a woman, as a young woman, what I deserve, what I don't deserve in communicating and things like that. So our relationship was like, we would break up, get back together, break up, and get back together. And there were times where I felt like, oh, is this the one? You know, there were times where I was like, oh, is he the one? I'm not sure. And I feel like you should be sure if you know when someone is the one. So 2018, rough relationship for me. You know, 2019, on and off. I moved to New York, still was in a relationship, and then that's how we kind of Instagrammed a little bit in 2019. Like he was like, "Why you not married yet? Wife me."
I was testing the waters. I just had to make sure that she wasn't in a relationship. It's like, you know, guys, you gotta throw a little bait out there, like, yo, what you been doing? Why you ain't in a relationship? So you hope that she say, oh, I ain't in a relationship. Boom, slide in for home base.
Because I've always kept my relationships private off social media. I just thought it wasn't a priority, and also I was dating people who didn't post me, and I didn't post them, and that's just what it was.
How did that make you feel?
I always felt like, you know, I have my shit together. Why isn't it like I deserve to be posted? Like, not that social media validates your relationship, because you see a lot of people who are social media couples and break up, but I always felt like not important. So I always felt like, and I always tell him this, I always thought I was in relationship material, wife material, or girlfriend material. I just thought that like nobody wanted to fucking be with me, and I was fine with that. But deep down, I was like very like, why not? Why doesn't no one want to post me or support me? I feel like in previous relationships, nobody supported me in my vision in the long term of my career. I felt like I always in previous relationships had to dumb down my success, and especially if I made more money than the person, or if they were older than me, like, you know, because we talked about this shit. But going back to your question, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I was in that relationship. Then 2020, when COVID hit, I was living with my ex. Like, I was staying at his place, and he hit me up and was like, he was like, when are you gonna let me wife you? And I said, if I'm single in 2 years, because he just was pressed, y'all. I said, if I'm single in 2 years, I'll definitely hit you up. And here we are today.
She hit me up.
And then in October of 2020, this is when my relationship with God really grew.
Yeah.
It goes back to his pastor, Michael Todd.
Shout out Michael Todd. Follow him on Instagram if y'all don't know who he is. I am Michael Todd. We'll probably put his Instagram.
Yeah, so I was watching him on The Breakfast Club and he talked about a sabbatical. I don't know what the fuck a sabbatical was. That's not cuss. I didn't know what a sabbatical was, so I googled it and I was like, oh my gosh, you're going on a spiritual trip just to heal and cleanse, because I was at the breaking point in my last relationship of like, I don't think this is it. Like, we keep breaking up, we keep getting back together. I started seeing other people, then coming, like, it was just so much back and forth that it was unhealthy. It was very toxic. It was very toxic emotionally. Not that that person was a bad person, you know, I had tons of flaws, but I just felt like, God, like, I know there's someone better out there for me.
Yeah.
So I went on this sabbatical. I didn't tell anybody. I drove to Palm Springs by myself, was in a hotel room literally by myself. And I actually have that on my channel, my solo travel trip. And I went on this trip and I literally just prayed to God. I was like, God, these are the characteristics that I'm looking for in a man. And I know that sounds so fucking cheesy, but I wrote down like what I was looking for, and I was very specific about what I wanted, because I felt like in that relationship, like, this wasn't it. So I wrote that down, and I kid you not, that's when you hit me up like 2 or 3 days later. He hit me up and was like, oh, I'm coming to California for my birthday. You know, you was like, what part of California you stay in, or some shit like that. And yeah, so here we are.
So do you think that you can share with them what those qualifications were, or would you use as something that you want to keep private?
I can share like just like general things.
Yeah.
So I have a manifestation journal. If you follow me, you know I like to manifest things. But I wrote down like I will find I was like, my husband will come in my life before my 27th birthday.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, I literally wrote that. And then I was like, he had to support me, be financially stable. What else did I put that was like important?
Do you say something like, you said you feel like, you told me that you felt like you were gonna marry or be with somebody who you've known for a long time or something?
Yeah, somebody I've known for a long time. What else? I don't have the journal in front of me, so like my memory's like. But I'll talk about that in a separate video, like specifically what I wrote down. But however, I'm one of those people. I'm very spiritual, and I have a lot of dreams. And I kept seeing this dark-skinned guy in my dreams all the time. And I was like, who the fuck is this dark-skinned guy that keeps saying husband, husband, husband? I kid you not. I don't date dark-skinned guys. I had really never dated dark-skinned guys. I've always dated like white or light-skinned. And here we are today with a fucking chocolate man.
Chocolate.
Who would have known? Godiva chocolate. But okay, we're rambling. But that's just a backstory, because I never talk about relationships ever, like on my YouTube. Yeah.
And then, so my backstory.
This backstory, y'all. This is backstory.
In 2015, I met a girl, and then we ended up talking, ended up getting married, right? I think, and I say it to people all the time, it's like, I felt like I rushed that marriage crazily. Is that a word, crazily?
I don't think so.
I think I rushed the marriage in a crazy way, I put it that way, because a lot of my friends were getting married at the time. I didn't want to be left out. I'm like, oh, this person's cool. And I was like saying like my last girlfriend was going to be my last girlfriend. I didn't want to waste time. I'm a person that doesn't like to waste time a lot. So I felt like I didn't want to waste that time. I spent like 2 years with this person. I'm like, all right, well, might as well get married. You know what I'm saying? That ended up going down the drain like very, very fast. We were married for like 2.5 years. And after that, once that ended, there was a lot of toxicity with the both of us. You know, we both had our demons, our skeletons, stuff like that. But after that ended, you know, I found Bianca. The things that I've learned in that, are we going there first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the things that I've learned out of that relationship is how to honestly listen to the other person, which is why You know, sometimes Bianca says that I'm super literal, and I'm literal because of that relationship. So I make sure that I listen to everything that Bianca says. I take what she said into consideration, what she deems as important. I make it my business to make that important to me, like her businesses, her ventures, her creative ideas, her wants, dreams, all that kind of stuff. I listen to those things and I try to make that a priority for me because I know it's important to her. And I think that's one of the things that I lacked in my last relationship, by not listening and not taking that person's feelings into consideration. So once I got with Bianca, that's when I started to like take relationships super serious, and you know, listen to what she said when she told me like she wants somebody to support her, she wants somebody to care and to you know, back her with her dreams and stuff. So that became very easy to me because that was something that I was already working on in myself for the next person who I, you know, dated. Did not know it would be Bianca, but here we are.
Yeah, it just happened randomly. I know that sounds cliche, but it just happened when it happened. But this relationship taught me how to communicate. I was really bad at communicating through my previous relationship and just all my relationships in general. Not even relationships, friendships too.
Yeah.
And I had to learn how, like, just because you have a small disagreement does not mean that it cannot be talked out. So whenever I feel a certain type of way within us or we are just not vibing, we just give each other like 5 minutes, come back and say how we felt, and we listen to each other's problems in both parties, and it's resolved because of miscommunication.
That's the biggest thing too in relationships. Like I think that most people they only listen to get a word in. Like Bianca and I, we listen to listen and put our self in each other's shoes. I think, and we don't when we talk about like we say whatever. It's not like I'm still gonna say it, but kind of like sugarcoat it a little bit. Like however I feel, I say it. However she feels, she says it. And I have to respect that because it's still, at the end of the day, it's how she feels. I can't tell her, you know what I'm saying, you can't feel that way. You shouldn't feel that way. Like I can't tell her that. Like how you feel is how you feel. And I have, as your boyfriend, I have to respect that, and I have to, you know, do my best to, you know, either alter it or help you understand why I am that way. You know, and it gives you a turn to either accept that or we can figure out a way that we can make it work together and meet us up in the middle.
And there's two other things that I learned about myself from a previous relationship till now. The second thing is being super independent. I'm super independent. I provide on my own. I'm very, you know, I'm an independent woman. I'm gonna just say that. And that could be it's a great thing. It's a great quality to have, but you also have to let a man come in and lead. You know what I'm saying? So like I just let him do whatever he wants to do as far as like manly things. Like I try my best to not be so stubborn and independent to where I can do it instead of letting him wanting to do it. Oh, and the third thing, okay, rushing into another relationship. So I was scared to like jump into another relationship. I wanted to just wild fuck out and be super single again. I'm gonna just be real. I wanted to just like enjoy my time, in which, you know, I always tell him like, as you know, he rushed into his previous marriage. I always tell him like, let's not rush things. Like let's take our time, because I'd rather us take our time to individually, which I think long distance helps us because we can be still to ourselves and really grow individually and then come together as one. So, you know, for those who find, which you see a lot of this happens with celebrities, for example, like I would just say Sierra because everybody idolized their relationship, but she was like, she thought she was going to be single for like 4 years and she was only single for like a couple of months before she met Russell. So it's like, when it's God's timing, you just gotta go with it, I guess. Instead of having your own stigma of like, oh my God, am I rushing into something again? Will this last? That self-doubt of the next relationship after a bad relationship.
Because sometimes I think the best relationship comes when you make the decision. I don't think it's like a lengthy time, I don't think it's like a length of time thing. It's like, oh, I want to be single for this time. But I think it's when you make up in your mind, it's like, okay, I'm gonna be single, you know, and then you do things that make you feel like, okay, I'm single, I'm doing things for myself, and it's a decision other than the time length that makes you ready for your next relationship. So I think that we both, I think I was only divorced for a year until maybe I got together. But even then, we talked. We didn't just jump into a relationship. I mean, we talked for like 3 months, and then we decided to make it official. But I think we both have learned a lot from each other and our previous relationships. So we have.
We're gonna answer just a couple more.
So what were your non-negotiables coming into this relationship?
I didn't want to be with somebody where it was a 50-50 relationship, meaning financially. I was one of those people that paid for I wouldn't say paid for everything, but I was definitely like, financial support is big for me now that I'm older. Like, knowing that I have somebody that I can depend on. Not saying you take care of me paying all my bills, but what I'm saying is having that support, because I'm in an industry and field where things aren't consistent. We talk about this a lot. Like, my flexibility and my schedule changes based off what gig I get. And there's times 3 months out of the year I'm not gonna work. I wanna make sure that I have somebody that I can rely on who got me at the end of the day, where it's not like, oh, I'm paying for this, or like you throwing it up in my face. Like, he is naturally a saver. He's really good with money management, and that's what I'm learning now. Like, he's really big. Like, one thing about him is he gonna get to a bag. He gonna figure that shit out.
Well, we gotta sell everything.
Yeah, like, he is a hustler. Like, and so I wanted that. That was like something that was truly important to me, because I'm getting older now. Like, I can't just be like, oh, like, yeah, I'm struggling. No, no.
You gotta be set.
Yeah. Someone who supported my dreams, because I had, like I said, I had been with people in the past who, I wouldn't say they didn't support me. I don't ever want to throw trash on anybody, but they didn't support me in the way that I needed the support.
That's a bad way.
Yeah. So like, my career is a priority to me. Even this YouTube and all this stuff, my businesses and business ventures. Like, I want to know that I have someone, a partner, and someone I can have fun with. When you have two totally different opposite personalities, it's not healthy. It's not fun.
It's not fun at all.
It's not fun. We have so much fucking fun together.
Yeah, because then, you know, I think since we have so much fun together, it opens up creative control for the both of us. Like we was on the phone one night laughing and joking, literally laughing about nothing. And then I threw a random name out for a book for her. And she's like, oh, I actually like that. So he wrote it down. You know, it's like, I think as far as like with us, we're so creative and we're so fun that it's like the relationship doesn't even seem like a relationship. It just seems like you're like my friend, like my best friend. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big thing. That was one of my non-negotiables. I wanted to be with somebody who was a friend to me before anything, because with my last relationship, I think we jumped into it, and like I said, we weren't friends. You know, we weren't like we're just like, I like you, let's be together. But that was one of my non-negotiables. Another one of mine was making sure that we didn't argue. I'm not an argue person at all. I'm more of like Bianca. If she can tell if I'm feeling a way about something. I just won't.
He will not talk. He is a talker, you guys. So when he don't talk, he got an attitude. I mean, even last night I was like, "What's wrong?"
And I was like, "Just give me a second. Let me think about it." Because I'm not a person. I'm not gonna go back and forth with nobody. I just feel like, you know, it don't solve nothing. You talk to somebody when you're mad, you know, nothing happens. So with us, if I don't talk, I just need a second. And then typically when we talk about it, we laugh about it. It's nothing too serious. So that was one of my non-negotiables. Not having somebody who is who's an arguer, and another one was like, I want to have somebody who we can make plays together. You know what I'm saying? We can, like, maybe I'm talking about how much we like each other, but the majority of our conversations about like our success, like what can we do. That's how this YouTube channel popped up. It's how ideas for different ventures that we are planning on doing. It's like just because we focus on how can we be better as a couple, how can we be better as a unit, what can we build, what can we start, what empire can we start now at a young age so when we get older we don't gotta worry about nothing else. So Bianca checks out every one of my boxes that I had. And people was like, she said earlier, like she was moody. I'm like, I mean, I don't. She's a girl.
I'm a girl, and I'm a girly girl at that.
A super girly girl. I wear pink because of her.
Comment below what kind of videos you want to see from us and anything else you want to say.
No. Find somebody who you can have fun with. Find somebody who you can be best friends with. That's where the best relationships come out of. That's where the biggest inspirations come out of, when you're around somebody who is a friend to you, because you know that that person has your best interests at heart. It's not just like a financial gain or like a, what is it called, like a personal gain that they're getting. Like, I don't think of anything we do as a personal gain. Everything we do is going to be together. It's going to be, how can I make you better? And I think that's the biggest thing, because I think of her, how can I, like, I don't be thinking, how can I make us better? Like, how can I make you better? And you think, how can I make you better? So it's like, with that, put those two together, we have no choice but to be great together. So, let's shout it, bestie. Gang. Gang, gang. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. So yeah, comment below. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you thought about this video. Any questions that y'all may have that we can answer for y'all. We love doing Q&As. We'll have questions up next time if y'all want to shout out anything. Until next time, be easy, stay breezy.